We are about to go into Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, the culmination and the climax of a 40-day journey of reconnection, teshuvah, and coming closer to God. This is the holiest day of the year. It's on this day that each and every one of us are going to try and capture and connect like never before. Let me share with you a story from the Gemara, from the Talmud, that when understood and analyzed properly, perhaps expresses the essence of the relationship and the conversation that is taking place on Yom Kippur between us, the Jewish people, and God. The story is cited in the tractate of Brochus, Masechta Brochus, page 7, Daf Zayin Amud Aleph. And the Gemara tells the following story. Omar Rabbi Yishmael ben Elisha. Rabbi Yishmael, the son of Elisha, said, Pam achas nichnasti. One time, he was a high priest in the time of the temple. One time, I entered the lifnai v'lifnim, into the innermost chamber, into the Holy of Holies, the place that only the high priest would go into on the day of Yom Kippur. And I saw a vision. The commentaries discuss exactly what that vision was, but whatever it was a vision symbolizing and representing the presence of God. He saw God. He didn't see God, but he saw an angel or a vision representing the revelation of God. He was sitting on a high and lofty throne. He said to me, Yishmael beni barcheni. Yishmael, my son, bless me. God asked Yishmael to bless him. Amarti lo, so I said to God, Yiratzim ilfanecha, I blessed him and I said, may it be your will that your mercy should conquer your anger, that your mercy should overcome your sterner, stricter attributes, and that you should behave towards your children with compassion and the attribute of mercy, and that you should, for their sake, go beyond the boundary of judgment and treat them with mercy. That was the end of the blessing. The Na'ana li b'roishe, the Talmud says, when he concluded the blessing, God, so to speak, nodded his head with consent. On the surface, it's a very strange piece of Talmud. The obvious question is, what do you mean, Yishmael b'ni barcheni? Yishmael, my son, bless me. Does God need our blessings? Does God need Yishmael's blessings? And second of all, if God does need the blessing, what kind of response is that blessing? Yishmael, the high priest, Rabbi Yishmael ben Elisha, didn't bless God. He blessed himself. He blessed the Jewish people. He asked that we should be the recipients of God's compassion. The answer lies in understanding two concepts. One concept is, what does the word bless me actually mean? And the second is to understand that this wasn't only a conversation between Yishmael, the high priest, and God, but it's a conversation that perhaps takes place between each Jew and God. Rav Shneur Zalman of Ladi, the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, in one of his discourses explains that the word bracha, the word blessing, has another meaning in Hebrew. The word blessing can also mean hamshacha, to bring down. And he cites Talmudic and Mishnaic sources to back up this translation. Barcheni means draw me down, bring me down, not just bless me. In fact, every time we make a bracha, every time we make a blessing, we're not just blessing God. God doesn't need our blessings, but we're bringing God into the world. If we understand the word barcheni on this level, let's reread the text of the Talmud. Rabbi Yishmael ben Elisha went into the Holy of Holies. In fact, not only he went into the Holy of Holies, but on a spiritual level, every single one of us on Yom Kippur goes into lifnai v'lifnim. We go into the innermost chambers of our soul. We go into the innermost connections and depth of our relationship with God. It is Yom Kippur throughout the day, and particularly at Ne'ilah, where we have this intimate, exclusive audience with God. Just us, the Jew with the Jewish soul, and God our Father in heaven. As we go into the Holy of Holies, God turns to us with a request. God says to us, Yishmol Beni, my son, Borcheni, draw me down, reveal me into the world. Make my presence felt. Make sure that this year will be a year where you may put in the effort to bring me down, to reveal me, by practicing good values, by engaging in morality, by performing mitzvahs, by elevating the physical world around us and bringing holiness and sanctity into our physical surroundings. Welcome me in, bring me into the world. God is asking us, is asking every single one of us to invite Him in to our world, to the environment around us and the planet in general. So Yishmol the Kohen Gadol, Yishmol the High Priest, each and every one of us, we respond and we say, yes, God, definitely that's exactly what we want to do, but we need the resources. We need the peace of mind. We are frail, vulnerable human beings, finite beings. We need to be treated with compassion. May your mercy overpower your stricter attributes. May you have compassion over us. Give us a clean slate. Inscribe us, seal us for a good year. Give us sustenance. Give us nachas. Give us peace of mind. Give us the resources, the physical and the spiritual resources that we need in order to be able to serve you, in order to be able to bring you down. We are committed. We understand the request. We want to invite you into the world. We want to serve you. We want to learn your Torah. We want to perform your mitzvahs. But we need the resources. We need that comfort. We need that broadness of mind. We need the clarity to be able to do that. So when Yishmael the Kohen Gadol answered God, he wasn't actually giving him a blessing. He was responding to his request. God was saying, invite me in. He was saying, yes, but give us that good year that we're so asking for, so that we can be able to do that. And the concluding phrase in that piece of the Talmud is, V'nana li b'reishai. God nodded his head in consent. God said, you're right. I will do that. I am going to seal you for a good year. I'm going to bless you with a sweet year. I'm going to give you success, happiness, sustenance, everything that you need, so you can be able to fulfill my request. This year on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, let us understand the conversation that is taking place throughout the year. Let us daven with everything that we have. Let us put our whole neshama into the machzor and ask God to give us that good year. Ask God, everyone in their own journey, what they need. Ask God to give us those resources that we need. And God wants to give it to us. But when we ask for all those things, let us also commit. Let us also promise God that in this year we will take one step forward. We will try and strengthen one more mitzvah. We will try and attend another shiur or learn a little bit more and study a little bit more. We will try to be more moral and live by better and deeper values. We'll try to improve our relationships. We'll try to be kind with other people. Small things, small changes, but we'll try and use those resources and blessings that God gives us to serve Him better, to lead a more meaningful and more purposeful life. And God nods his head. God agrees. God has already agreed. God is going to definitely, we need to have the confidence and the absolute faith that God is going to give us all those blessings that we ask for. We just need to do our bit and use those blessings for meaning and for purpose. Let me wish each and every one of you a Gmar Chasima Toiva, a good and sweet, successful, happy year. May this year be one of happiness and success, peace in Israel, blessings for all of us all around the world, and may we merit to a year of redemption where once again we can see the real Kohen Gadol, the High Priest, going into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Holy of Holies, on Yom Kippur. May it happen speedily in our days. Shana Tova.